What's up everybody, my name is Ryland, also Quixs. Welcome back to a brand new video on this channel. In today's video, we're reacting to what if Eren won the final battle. If you guys do know, Attack on Titan, honestly, it's
one of the best animes ever.
It's like my second favorite anime besides Death Note.
I'll take a potato chip and eat it.
I love Death Note. Death Note. I can't talk. But I love, like, both those animes are really good. But, what if Eren won the final battle? If you guys do know, you obviously, like, have watched the anime, that's why you've clicked on this video, right? If you haven't watched the anime, don't watch this video. I don't want you guys to get spoiled. But, let's get into it.
Did you ever wonder what would happen if Eren won against the Alliance and destroyed the entire world? What would happen to the Paradise Island and his friends? Would
it would be destroyed?
Bring true peace to his people, or would it all be in vain? Well,
I don't know.
we talk about what exactly
Where's your face?
Let's first quickly cover three
Let's think of that first.
Easily won in the final
Where's your face,
For
sir?
example, the very first and obvious thing Eren could have done is not allow his friends to use their abilities. The only ones who had a real chance to take him down
Yeah, he could have.
Titan shifters, and depriving them of their power would have been an
He could have done.
easy
He's
win
the
for
founder,
Eren.
man.
But
Like,
how would he even do this? Well, back in the past,
makes sense, right?
when Eren convinced Ymir to lend him her strength, he unlocked all the abilities of a founding Titan.
yeah, he has the founders, so he could have, like, messed up their powers. But
Titan shifters from using their powers. After this, no one in the world
Eren knew the future. Eren knew what was gonna happen.
Pretty much no damage to Eren and his army. In this scenario, it's most likely that the Alliance would still try to pursue Eren and make him change his mind, but without their Titan powers, they wouldn't get very far and would most
They
likely
couldn't do it
dominate
anyways,
Harbor,
though.
way before they
wouldn't
ever had a
happen.
chance to talk to Eren. Although the decision to
Because
switch
Eren,
Eren's Titan powers
either
would
way,
allow
he
him to
dies.
easily destroy the entire world, you have to agree that it doesn't really seem like
Where's your
something
face,
Eren
man?
would actually do.
Where's it
He
at?
always wanted to give his friends the freedom to fight back. However, there are still two more ways Eren could have easily won in the final battle, and this next one is even simpler than the previous one. Back when Eren started the rumbling, Floch immediately knew that his friends would try and stop him, so he captured Kiyomi and the engineers in order to prevent the Alliance from using the ship. Although Floch was well prepared for this battle, there wasn't much he and his soldiers could do against two experienced Titan shifters like Annie and Reiner. So in the end, Floch could only buy Eren some time. But what if
And he did that,
man.
man. He did
Eren
that.
could have done one really simple thing that would pretty much ensure
Just
his and Floch's
don't
victory.
let them
Eren
use their
could have
powers.
easily left a few colossal titans to help Floch guard the harbor and stop
But
the
he
Alliance
didn't.
from pursuing him. With the presence of the colossal titans, it'd be pretty much impossible for the Alliance to win this battle. Even if they find a way to somehow defeat the colossal titans, it still wouldn't matter, as Floch would have more than enough time to sink the ship before anyone gets on board, just like he wanted to do in the original story, but was stopped by Gabby. This would make it impossible for the Alliance to
Gabby
follow Eren and would
killed
leave his
Sasha,
team destroying the entire
and then
world with
Mert.
no one standing in his way. But I
She
guess
need
Eren didn't
to
really
put that gun down.
and chose not to help his biggest supporter, which ultimately resulted in Floch dying. Poor guy, all he ever wanted was to help Eren. Hit the subscribe button to make him feel better. Anyway, even
Subscribe to me. Also remember, the original video is always down below. So go follow this guy too.
though Eren didn't take his friend's powers, and even though he didn't help Floch in the harbor, he still should have easily won against the Alliance in the final battle by doing basically nothing. Let me explain. One of the biggest reasons Eren lost in the end was because Zeke died, and the rumbling stopped. This meant that the Alliance didn't have to worry
purposely
about
died, man.
colossal titans
He
anymore,
purposely died to
and
Levi.
focused all their strength on taking Eren down. Now, at first, it may seem that there's nothing wrong with this, but if you think about it for a moment, there's actually no reason for the rumbling to stop after Zeke's death. Let's go back and take a look at a few moments.
Actually, the reason the rumbling stopped because Eren could only access the founding Titan's power from the royal blood of Zeke's. So is this guy not understand that? Is he gonna? I guess he's gonna explain it maybe, but isn't that the reason the rumbling stopped? Because Eren didn't have Zeke's royal blood.
From the anime, so you can understand exactly what I mean. Firstly, when Zeke and Eren came into contact, both of them were transported to paths where Zeke was able to negate King Fritz's vow to renounce war. After that, Zeke gained full control of the Founder's abilities, which he was going to use to euthanize Eldians. However,
Okay.
Eren managed to convince Ymir to give him the powers in
I
exchange
forgot about this.
for giving her the freedom that she deserved. Considering
I need to
the fact
rewatch
that
Attack on
Ymir
Titan.
decided to support Eren, Zeke's importance here no longer matters, and his death shouldn't have caused the rumbling to stop. Ymir
But
is the one who
it's
gives
just
the
the-
powers to Titan shifters, and she should have been able to
Yeah.
easily continue the rumbling if she wanted to. Now,
Maybe
some
she
fans
didn't.
believe that despite Ymir's wishes, Eren still needs to be in contact with someone with royal blood in
Yep.
order to keep using the
That's what I
Founder's
think.
powers.
That's
But
exactly
not
what I
how
think it
works.
is.
You see, back when
Is it
Eren
not?
touched Dina Fritz and used the coordinate for the first time, he commanded nearby Titans to devour her. After a few moments, Dina
She
was
had
dead,
royal-
meaning that
she
the
had royal
connection
blood.
He had with royal blood also ended, and he shouldn't be able to control the Titans any longer, right? Well, not really, because even after the physical contact, the Titans still pursued Berthel and Reiner instead of the soldiers. Unlike the situation in the final battle, where killing Zeke immediately stopped the Colossal Titans, Dina's death didn't yield immediate results, and Eren was still able to command the Titans for a much
Well, maybe
longer
there's
time.
like a little cooldown, or not cooldown, like a little hesitant kind of thing. I don't know. Oh, why did it stop instantly after Zeke died? That's a question.
time.
That is a
Consider
question.
This and the fact that Eren had Ymir's full support in continuing the rumbling, it really doesn't make sense for it to stop so soon.
Maybe Ymir
Due to the
didn't want
complexity of
this
the Attack on Titan story,
rumbling
there's
that
probably some way you
keep
could try to
going.
explain this, but the fact is that if this weird thing didn't happen, the Alliance would have no chance of winning, and Eren would continue the rumbling.
It was
until the
destined for
whole
Eren
world
to
was
die.
destroyed. With that, we covered
Duh.
3 things Eren could have done to win in the original story. But now comes the interesting part. What would
Where's your
happen
face,
after
man?
that? Well, after researching the
Well,
Attack on Titan story for a
what?
long time, I found 2 possible ways the story could go from here. And the second one
That's
will
4.
completely blow your
Actually,
mind.
8.
After the Colossal Titans finished their march, all the Alliance members would be dead from fighting the Titan shifters Eren created. Initially, Eren's main goal was to be free and grant that same freedom to his family and friends. Now, however, having lost everyone he ever cared about, Eren would fall into depression and start questioning himself and his actions. Still, having a strong sense of duty, Eren wouldn't just give up now and would decide to modify the remaining Eldians to completely eradicate the curse of Ymir and prevent any more casualties caused by the power of Titans. This
Okay.
was always Eren's intention, and now that there is no
Yeah, he wanted to get rid of Titans.
it's finally the right time to do it. After that, Eren would convince Historia to rule the people of Paradis as their one and only queen, while he goes into hiding. This would work well with Eren's character, as he never had intentions of ruling or being worshipped. He just wanted to do what was best for his people. And
It's a
now that his
good-
plan has succeeded, there's no reason for him to show himself anymore. The remaining survivors on the
Yeah, it
island
kinda makes
probably
sense,
work towards
honestly.
building a modern civilization similar
Kinda
to
makes sense.
Marley and the rest of the world. Although this kind of seems like a happy ending for the Eldian people, it won't stay like this forever. You see, although there are some people who supported Eren's decision, there were many
Whoa, what
others
just
who were
happened
against
to
it.
the video?
Even though
Is that
there
glitchy?
isn't an outside threat anymore, with time, it's inevitable that new conflicts will eventually arise, and peace will be broken once again. There's a
Peace
quote
is
from the
always
animated
broke. It
Quixs
always
that
gets broke, bro.
summarizes this. When Titans were the greatest threat, Titans were the enemy. When countries were the greatest threat, countries were the enemy. For as long as people hold firm to different beliefs, there will always be an enemy. In the end,
That speaks for, like, today. Sorry, I accidentally muted my mic. That speaks for today now. Like, there's different sides. It doesn't matter. Like, there's always going to be an enemy in the end, man. People can't just have peace. And it sucks. It really sucks. It just, people can't be happy.
achieving eternal peace was
There's
no
always a
longer
negative person,
possibility.
you know?
And finally, let's cover the most interesting scenario yet. Here, Eren
What's
will
this
embody his
scenario?
true character of a villain, the one we see throughout the final season of Attack on Titan. During
Okay.
this season, Eren seemed like someone who was fully engrossed in his own ambitions to the point that he became a completely different person. However, in the end, during his conversation with Armin, we learned that Eren did this because he wanted to carry all the burden by himself so his friends could be free. In this scenario, he'll stay true to his
just
villain
wanted
character
to,
and will take the whole burden of destroying
be
the
free.
world on his shoulders.
Well, his
We
friends.
can all agree that Eren's actions near the end of the show were
Because he knew
questionable,
his
but
demise.
his
He
main
knew what
goal
was going to happen.
always to grant his people something he himself could never achieve: freedom with no guilt. After destroying the entire world,
I mean,
Eren
I'm pretty
used his
sure
powers
the
to
creator of this
final
literally wrote
decision,
the
completely wipe away
anime
memories of all
backwards,
subjects of
if
Ymir.
I'm not mistaken.
He would would make sure that no one remembers the rumbling and the outside world, completely freeing them from all terrible things such as war and conflicts. This will allow Eldians to freely explore the world like Eren always wanted to do with Armin and Mikasa, granting them true freedom.
Mikasa?
King Fritz has tried to do something similar in the
bro.
past when he created the walls and brought his people to Paradise Island. However, in this case, there were still a bunch of threats outside the walls like Titans, Marley, and pretty much the whole world. Eren's decision, although similar, has a much better chance of succeeding and bringing peace to his people. Ultimately,
Hey, it would have been a
everyone
good
from the curse of
plan,
Eren and
man.
the power of Titans, ensuring that history never repeats itself again. Wiping the memories will help Eren blend in with everyone and try to live a normal life. However, as the sole bearer of his terrible actions and memories of friends he lost, it's unlikely that he'll ever be truly happy.
That's also why, you know, he chose to be killed also, because he killed 80% of the population, and the burden that would weigh on like chest, that'd be insane to like go through. I could not imagine that. But if he won the final battle, I don't know, but it was destined. He wasn't supposed to win. He got, you know, that flashback, and he just knew the future. That's how it was. He just knew the future. He knew what was going to happen. It was destined for him to die, be decapitated. But this is a good theory. But make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications and all that. Make sure to follow the original guy down below. And yeah, really just join the Discord also. Awesome Quixs community Discord server down below. I keep getting bots in there, and it's really annoying. So I want regular people, please. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.